Howdy there. Hey, Brian from Brian's Running Adventures, sitting here in the middle of downtown Leadville. What a unique little town. Part of the draw of this whole race was the history of the little mining town of Leadville. Started way back in the day with the initial gold rush, kind of turned into a silver mining town from there, and then they fell on hard times. I guess it was about in the 80s when the economy and the draw for minerals kind of drawed up, and then the town really faced almost extinction. And that's when the gentleman Ken Klober came up with this idea about getting people to come to Leadville to run 100 miles. He figured if you came and ran 100 miles, you had to stay overnight and spend some money. And the Leadville Trail race series, they've really turned tourism and Leadville and put it on the map. I mean, you've got the 100-mile foot race, 100-mile bike race, you've got the heavy half, Silver Rush 50, the Leadville Trail Marathon. Today we ran the 10K. And it's really revitalized this town, and I probably believe saved a lot of jobs, and if not saved the town, at least allowed it to grow and flourish in what was a real tough economy. It's been going on 35 years now, so hats off to Ken. Again, ran the 10K today, the nation's highest 10K at 10,200 feet. Was going to use it as a practice run, thought I'd go out and do my 4-2 intervals, see how that went. And at the start I thought, well, I hate to waste a good opportunity to see how it would feel on a good run. So I went out for the first 3.1, kind of held it back, ran around a 9:40 pace. Felt good, to be honest with you. I really didn't get tired. Even the hills that are out there, if you look at the profile, that's a hilly little 10K. Never felt underpowered, never felt out of oxygen. What hills were there, never felt real stress. So I said, hey, at the turn, I'll try to run it all the way back and not walk any of the hills, not walk any intervals, just keep running. Was able to keep it right about a 10-minute pace coming back home. Made the turn, got on the asphalt with about a mile left and said, hey, I'm gonna pick it up. I didn't really put the hammer down as to say I didn't want to risk injury or anything like that. I just kind of ran hard and ran all the hills and finished without ever taking a walking step at 1 hour and 53 seconds. So I thought that was pretty good for just an easy run. Didn't race it, just a good hard run. Not even call it a hard run, a good medium run and a good test drive out here at the thin air. And I'm happy, feeling strong. Just got to do it on race day now. It's 100 miles in 30 hours, you can't take that lightly. A couple things that have come up with this race that are a bit different than any other race I've done is number one, I mean there's more than number one, but today's number one on day 4 is we're going to have to cross a nice stream out there when we go from Twin Lakes up over Hope Pass. Can't remember the name of the little river we got to cross, but it's a good amount of water, about knee deep, and that's something I've never done. I mean, I've had to deal with puddles in there and a little bit of rain and stuff like that, and some soaked shoes, but here we're going to get right in the water. And my question was, how do I handle that? I've heard everything from take your shoes off, wear flip-flops, change into like them Vibrams 5 fingers, and then put your running shoes back on when you're out of the water. And I think what I'm going to go with, and most of the finishers, what they've recommended is just run through the water. The technology of today's shoes and socks is they'll dry out on the way up to Hope Pass. By the time you get to Winfield, it won't be an issue. Turn around from Winfield, go back up Hope Pass, come back down, go through the stream again. Your feet are going to get soaked again, run into Twin Lakes, and then change. That way I'll have good shoes, good socks, everything's dry, get my feet cleaned out in case there's any debris in there, and then on for the 40 miles to home. And I think that's the plan I'm going to use for that river crossing. The next thing that makes this race a bit unique is the using of hiking poles. The only time I've ever used them before was at the Grand Canyon. And at first I didn't want to use them. My friend Eric brought them, we borrowed them from a friend Gail. And he said, Brian, take these just in case. And I was kind of like, nah, I don't think so. He said, no, Brian, put them in your pack just in case. Well, all right, I'll keep you happy. And thank God I did. Especially going uphill, hiking poles take a lot of load off your legs, a lot of load off your thighs. And on your rapid descents, it's good to have those hiking poles to help you for balance and stability. If you make a wrong turn or maybe kick up a stone or something like that, it's nice to put those poles down and keep you balanced and keep you going. So I highly recommend, if you're going to do any serious mountain running, invest in a good set of poles and practice with them. They take a lot of load off of you on the up and a lot of safety coming back down. But don't be like me. Don't borrow the set of poles from a friend, use them and love them, and then try to send them back. And then you move, and then they move, and then you lose them, and then like a year later you find them again for run camp, and then you got to confess, hey, I got to get you your poles back. Now, I tried to buy them off of her, but she was gracious enough to not want my money, but it was just kind of embarrassing to say, remember those poles I lost like 2 years ago? I found them. So I got them here in Leadville with me. As soon as I finish, we're going to get them back in the mail. And Gail, thank you so much for not sending the cops and the FBI and the CIA and the NSA and the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and the Russian KGB after me. And man, maybe Trump will even come after me, huh? We won't get into politics now. But again, set out on a nice race that challenges you. Don't keep running the road marathons. Don't keep running the stuff that's safe. You don't have to go 100 miles. But if you're only doing 5 or 10 Ks, try a trail. If you're doing half marathons, try something that's going to run you over different terrain. If you are running trails, then go to the street. Do something that kind of scares you a little bit. Leadville's got my attention. I don't want to say I'm scared, but I'm definitely respectful, and won't be long, less than a week. Leadville Trail 100, 30 hours, baby. Bid number 213 if you want to follow me. 213. I'll post a link on Facebook and on Twitter and on the blog. But run the races that scare you. All right, folks, thanks for tuning into my video diaries. Leadville's a cool little town. Really kind of falling in love with the place. Can't wait for Wednesday. Michelle gets here. Thursday, my crew starts showing up. And then Friday, we start eating. Well, I'll start eating Thursday, but Friday we get a good meal in us, get off our feet. Saturday morning, 4 a.m., bingo, bango, bongo, gun's going to go off. Ken's going to kick us in the butt, and we're going to be running down 6th Street, heading out towards Hope Pass. All right, check me out on Facebook, Brian Burke, briansrunningadventures.com, on Twitter at CleeDogs, Instagram at CleeDogs, and just drop me a note, and look out my YouTube channel as well. I'll be posting these video diaries, and if you need a good read, Running to Leadville. It's a great little story, really a story about relationships, about life, overcoming conflict, and 100-mile race set on the Leadville Trail 100. All right, until tomorrow, take care. Love on your puppy dogs. Grab yourself a slice of pizza, and have a drink on me. I'll have one next Sunday. Yes, sir. Celebrate. See ya.